birthday
Is it
today?
good now?
Yeah, my wife told me it's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you. It is my birthday.
After I got home and after seeing you all day, she goes, it's Leslie's birthday. I said, oh, thanks for telling me while I was still down.
Leslie wasn't surprised, okay? That she,
We're good now. No, there's no addition or.
you don't need me to start over, we're okay?
I think we're okay.
Okay. All right, did everyone have time to review the minutes from the February 11th, 2021? Yes. I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All right, and all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Old business budget?
Okay, so, you can see where we're at. We're to the good $14.19 through the end of February. Hey, Vicki. And our expenses will just be, to register the teams, and then Vicky's salary and that type of stuff.
So our total revenue, total receivables is 2585?
Yes, 2585 through the end of February.
January and February is 2585.
Mm-hmm.
Simple. One in and two outs.
Yeah.
So Jim, are you having any issues communicating to the new treasurer to make sure we get a quarter report that's accurate?
No, she does a pretty good job. I know she's in communication with Leslie a lot with that, with that side of it.
That side's working?
Yeah, that should be fine. There should be no issues there. If there is any.
No, there hasn't been any issues. You'll get the report in April because it closes
Yeah,
out
right.
the first quarter.
Yeah, every quarter, I just want to make sure that he felt comfortable with the process of,
Oh, no,
Information
I really
transfer,
do,
and it was
yeah.
gonna be-
Seems like a really good situation.
can't find out in June, we're 50,000 short.
No, she actually gives you monthly reports, I think it is, or something like that. So, but we don't need monthly.
Oh.
Quarterly would work for us.
So Vicki, before you got here, we talked about Easter egg hunt. We talked about the Easter egg hunt. Are you all ready for it?
He's, he's joking.
All right, winter youth sports?
I don't know. Vicky, you want to tell them what ended, or Jimmy, or?
Yeah, so winter youth sports are wrapped up. I actually have a end of the season meeting tonight after this meeting with those coaches to kind of go over any do's and don'ts for next year, any changes we want to do, in terms of, basketball side of things. I think overall it went pretty well. I think Vicky can attest to that. A lot of the teams were happy. And I mean, they got a lot more basketball in than I thought they would with COVID going on. So I think overall everyone was pretty pleased.
What made the change to start playing here?
Oh, just the administration of the school allowing us to open the doors to outside communities coming in, with COVID.
Heard a lot of positive remarks about that they were glad to be playing here and not,
Yeah, especially
And to Geneva.
I know our teams and coaches and our parents would obviously, would rather just travel right here and play their games, which when we entered the league, that big league league that we're in, that was part of our stipulation is majority of our games are here. Maybe once or twice we can travel, up to Spire or somewhere else. But they have plenty of opportunities, especially as individual teams. Between the coach and the parents working together, I mean, they could get into 4 or 5 tournaments this year if they wanted to. And that's at no cost to them, because we pay those team entry fees out of the fund. So I think it was pretty good. I think it will grow. I'm hoping they got out there and talked about it a little bit, and it will just keep growing.
We worked out a plan where we got a snapshot after every program, like an executive summary, participation, dollars spent, dollars received. Are we still going to get that kind of information? Could you hear me?
Yeah, I'm just trying to, you want it just a more, like, you want it more put together instead of like, kind of like what you're given?
We finally got down to where we had it by program. This program last year, so we could trend it if it's getting better or worse.
Yeah.
If we're losing
Yeah.
money or making money. So we had kind of a little snapshot of saying, okay, last
Yeah, I
year was
can
10
put it
people went
together.
out, this year there's 15. Our expenses last year were $10, this year they're 12, so we made an extra $3.
Yeah, I can put it together. It's just taking it off of the reports and then
I
going
think
back
to make sure you have viable programs, you almost need that every year to say, hey, this thing is
Yeah, I can
going
do
this
that.
way or it's going this way, and we're making money, or we need to do something to. I know it's a little different situation with the school being, we have kind of a flat rate of financial liability, but it still would be nice to know.
Yeah.
I can put it together. Participation.
So the other question I have, kind of general, are you feeling like the communication between the both of you is good?
Yeah.
Everything's going on, you're aware of it, and everything going on,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
aware of it, and, all right.
I mean, it should get, and it will get, I mean, we kind of, I don't want to say rushed into this, but this all happened kind of fast, for everybody. So it took a minute to kind of, and COVID again doesn't help with all the little changes, but I mean, like next year it's going to be easier. Year after that should be a little easier. Everybody, once they get used to, everything was kind of new this year for everybody. And then COVID on top of it. But all in all, we handled it well, and I think next year it will be better.
Just asked, John Oros called me and said, who should I talk to, Jim or Vicky? And I says, you should talk to both of them on rec programs with the Park District.
Yeah, I did talk to him.
Yeah, because he's like, who do I talk to? So I'm hoping there's somebody who's not just talking to you and you don't know, and vice versa, so.
No, we include, especially with the basketball stuff, we will include each other on every email and text thread, phone calls, so it seemed pretty well.
So didn't we rename the rec department?
Yeah, it's the Middlefield Cardinal Youth Sports.
So I see, every time I see it printed,
Recreation.
it's the Middlefield Rec, Middlefield Rec, Middlefield Rec, Middlefield Rec. Shouldn't it make sure we get that synergy of the school and the village together and make sure with,
Sure, where was I writing Middlefield
no,
Rec?
not you. When I see things in the paper and stuff, it's Middlefield Recreation Department, and nothing's changed as far as the name. When I see publicity on anything,
Gotcha.
it's not using the,
Yeah,
Okay.
the flyer we
But
sent out for
I
you.
guess I don't know what went in the paper.
no, I see, like in the Maple Leaf, I'll see something about this program, the wrestlers.
That's going to be, I
Yes,
would
and-
just say that's a matter of telling whoever's writing.
Oh, like the writer wrote
The
the wrong
writer
thing.
to say, hey,
Okay,
it's
yeah,
no
I'll
longer-
send
I
out a
think-
thing to make
Yeah,
sure.
those people need to know there's a new name for it, and they need to
Yeah.
call it by the proper name.
Yeah.
Sure. Scared me for a minute. I thought I was.
Oh, I know I pick on you a lot, but not always.
I was like, oh my God, what'd I do?
So I'm, again, a lot of the personal relationships yet I haven't built with some of these people that the leagues we're in. So I'm in the middle of all this communication, reaching out to the leagues we've played in the past, and then options for the future. So going into this spring again, because it's fairly quickly, for example, soccer, we're going to play in that same Jug County League that we were in. The numbers for sign up for soccer right now are a little bit down, I think. But I'm confident that they'll pick up. Our baseball league, which I think is going to be a positive for everybody. Those numbers are looking really good right now. I've gotten Huntsburg to kind of commit to working with us also, so they're not over there doing their own thing. I think actually in that Ponies League, we potentially could have 2 teams, which would be nice. I don't think we've had 2 teams at that level.
Yeah, right now I think there's 10 as of today signed up for just.
And I know there's about
And in
5.
the Pony League?
Yeah, just for ponies, there's 10 people right now as of
Pretty good.
before this
Well, there's
meeting.
5 or 6 that are playing that haven't registered yet. So we're pushing that 15 mark, and once you get over 15, we're gonna have to start thinking about doing 2 teams, which will be good. The lower age groups, there's a lot of little T-ball, Pee-wee kids, I think, signed up.
Yeah, there's 10 in T-ball too.
Um,
Huey is 7.
And then softball is the one that I'm still trying to do a lot of research on and trying to find out what's the best for our community and our kids. Softball across the board is struggling, so it's not just us. But we're going to send our kids over to the GPOW League, ran by Bob Hemline. So I've been in communication with him quite a bit. And they play in a league, basically a Geauga County league. It's run out of Chardon. But that's kind of a mixed feeling there. We do have girls that go and play on a travel team and stuff like that, but that's one of the programs.
That's softball, all girls?
Yeah. Yep. That league does offer like T-ball and Pee-wee level, but we're not, our T-ball and Pee-wee kids are going to play in the baseball up at Mel Harder. It's out of Mel Harder in Chardon. What is that? Yeah, the Mel Harder League. It used to be the Greater Geauga Baseball League. Then the flag football, I have a lot of people interested in that, and they've been signing up. My contact, the guy who runs that league, actually was supposed to send me the numbers. He hasn't yet, but just to see where they're at in terms of signing up, our kids sign up. I know just from word of mouth, and Vicki might attest to it too, she might have heard a lot of people are interested in that. And a lot of those kids are doing both spring soccer and the flag football, which I encourage them to do, and they're able to. So I'm just getting them involved. I think the overall spring numbers, especially last year, not having much in the spring, these kids are a little antsy to get out, especially when the weather's changing like this. But
Why is the price breakdown on spring soccer and not a price breakdown on anything else?
You mean as far as like out of
Yeah.
district?
Yeah.
Because that's how it was structured from the year prior. Now that we opened it up though to district, non-district, we haven't had anyone that's out of the district register. I mean, if this committee wants, I can just make it a flat rate.
for soccer,
Yeah.
what's $55 Cardinal district, and then
Yeah.
65 non, just like the other ones are. Oh, you're saying, so baseball,
And that's because the baseball league, like, they set the fee, so it's like a zero sum kind of there. So if the committee wants, I can just go ahead and take off the non-resident, the
yeah, I
non-district.
see. Yeah, so baseball doesn't have a district
Right.
fee and a non-district fee.
I'd say flatten it out.
Okay.
It helps the program get numbers. I don't know if you chase anybody away with that $10 extra or not, but what's it going to do for us?
Yeah, I can just take it off.
I have
Like
more
said, I
players
haven't had
than
anybody.
$10, so.
Okay.
Nothing else seems to have it, so I have it for one and not for the other three programs.
Yeah. We pulled those numbers from what the Huntsburg team was doing in that league, and that's kind of what we based it on, because obviously the expenses are gonna be mirrored what they were paying. And it just never struck me as for the non-district and district to separate it, but I'm fine with a flat fee like that.
Make them all the same,
Yeah, that's fine with me.
in or out.
Okay, perfect.
I mean, the argument always was the taxpayers in this community are paying to support the rec department, but that's kind of changed.
Okay. That makes it a lot
And
easier.
if you want to leave it the way it is for this program, I don't care. If it's going to make you have to unwind something, don't unwind
Yeah.
it, but
No, we haven't had anybody, I can just take it off, and then it just becomes just a straight,
if you had 3 people pay
Fee.
rate, don't worry about,
yeah, no, I haven't had anybody from out of the district pay yet, so it's fine.
So I did have a question, or, kind of bring you guys an idea. I've talked to some other leagues, specifically Chardon, because they're such a big league and have a lot of coaches. We may have done this in the past, but the head coaches for these teams, so like the spring soccer, the head coach for the 6 and 7-year-old team, is there any way we could waive the fee for the head coach for one kid? Has that ever been done? or
Why
no?
not? helps you get a coach.
It does, to be honest with
Yeah.
you.
absolutely.
In a lot of leagues, you know, Chardon does that. Huntsburg was doing that. They're the ones that kind of brought it even to my attention with everything going on. But, I mean, I would think that could be a huge help. Because, for example, right now with soccer, we don't have many people saying, hey, I want to coach.
Right.
Now, if we say, hey, your kid's free, it also could add another sign up, like someone might sign up because of it. But, so, I mean, that's a,
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And if they already paid, we'll just refund them or put it on a credit for the next
yeah. Yeah.
sport that their kids.
And some
play.
of these dads or moms will coach 2, 3, 4 sports throughout the year. So, I mean, to make them happy and kind of, they deserve it, really. It'd be nice if they didn't have to pay.
How do we know who registers on Blue Sombrero?
Oh, the flag
It's-
football?
That's what he said. He was waiting for the
Yeah,
numbers.
I asked him to
from
send me
them.
the numbers tonight, and he was working on that. I had to send him zip codes and stuff, but I don't think he said anything yet. No. I know the second grade level, so what age group is that, second grade? Is your 7, 8-year-olds? I know we might have about 8 kids that want to do it, so we'll enter them as a team. So there'll be at least one team right there.
What's the
There's
fee?
definitely interest.
What's the fee for that?
It's not cheap. I think it's $135.
Yeah, I think it's 135.
You don't know till you log on?
Yeah.
That's inconsistent to me, too.
Yeah, this new league didn't have their prices when we sent out our pricing sheet.
I think everything on it should have a price to it.
Okay, well, I can update it.
The other option, again, being year one with this, hopefully year two, I'd like to, you know, we would be entering teams, and they may let us do registration through us, but they get, you know, they supply everything for these teams, down to uniforms.
One sec. Hey, Joe? You got a tape? Measuring tape? Yeah. That steel's laying out by that back garage door. Could you measure that for me? Yeah. See how long it is? Thanks. So go ahead. I'm sorry, Jim.
Yeah, I think there might be some flexibility next year in year two, you know, to kind of rework some of this to fit, you know, what fits us best and still play in that league in the spring. They have a fall league too, but we won't be in that league in the fall. We'll have our own, or be in our own league. This was kind of testing the waters. All the Geauga County schools are doing it, communities are doing it. Games are at Mel Harder, so it's still pretty local. It's kind of a feeler.
All right. Moving on to new business, general discussion, Eagle Park for the 2021 season.
Yeah, so last time we talked, I just assumed that we're probably going to be opening it. Is that everybody's? I just
Yes.
want to make sure I understood properly. Okay.
Told Joe to plan on it,
Okay.
and I'll just,
I went by yesterday, there were like 7 or 8 cars there.
Yeah. I mean, we start now, like getting it ready, and that way we can get our inspections, our pool inspection.
you can wrestle, you can do anything.
Yeah, we'll be.
Nothing more intimate than wrestling.
I
Yeah.
think by the time the park's due to open, a majority of the population is going to be vaccinated, the way it's going.
It's open air, you can, if you're nervous, space yourself out.
Yeah, I think
And
it'll be
along with
okay.
that, if you want your kid to go, or you want to go, you know,
Yep.
nobody's forcing
Just wanted
anybody.
to double check.
So then did we look into getting those things fixed? What was it?
Yes. The sales,
Yeah.
yeah, I think Joe may have ordered them. He hunted a guy down, he may have ordered them.
I don't, I'll have to check with them. I don't
We
know.
gave him the go-ahead and do it.
Okay.
And he found the guy that supposedly was the supplier.
Does anybody have
And
any?
he ordered, didn't you order mulch or something from underneath the playground equipment as well?
Yeah, for Eagle Park, and then H&M is quoting out for the Mineral Lake Park playgrounds.
So are we gonna do anything about that? I know the grant had expired for the playset that we were gonna get. Are we gonna take the other one down? Is it safe?
Can't answer that.
It's like, isn't it like wooden and it was all falling apart?
I don't think it's falling apart. They do the inspections.
Okay.
So, and we did just have an inspection. We will be replacing some like chain links on our swings and things that are having that wear and tear. But as far as mostly the problem you have with the wooden set are like insects. So like the bees and everything like that. And it gets real hot and
Yeah. So we're just on pause for that for now.
I would think so, unless you wanted to, I mean, you could try to apply again.
So what about the dead trees in that Mineral Lake?
And
There's a dead tree, I think, in Mineral Lake.
yeah,
a
Joe
big
had
one.
two that he's gonna be taking
Yeah.
down. He put it into the budget.
You got it scheduled, Joe, to take those trees down at Mineral Lake? That dead tree? The big one, yeah.
Didn't we talk about that at Streets? Yeah.
Yeah, I want to make sure that's, before it gets too nice and everybody's there every day, that we don't have a tree falling over.
Okay. Motion to adjourn?
I want to thank both of you for making this work. I mean, you kind of did it on the fly. And-
Yeah, I mean,
And I can tell you the feedback I've gotten is much more positive than I used to get. So.
I'm looking forward to the spring. I'm pretty excited. So,
So kind of did it by feel, I should say all three of you. Leslie's played a big part too, but
yeah,
I just disseminate information.
when I say it, it
huge help.
wasn't much of a plan, and you made it work, so good job. Okay,
Cool. Motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second, all in favor?
All right.
aye.
5:29.
These are as of today.
So we got
Want both of them?
100,
Or do you want-
99,
Or do you want both?
12, and 12, right?
You want me to email them to you? Okay.
Get any of your COVID shots yet?
Inches short.
We got both of ours. We're done. 2 weeks,
Those are
tomorrow will
just,
be 2
and
weeks
they're
for the
always
second one.
on the bottom
Trumbull
too.
County,
So you can always see if it's the
Trumbull
most.
County at the CVS
I'll tell her
on
it's here, I didn't want,
422.
you want to come down here, I said, when it gets here, let me know, so when I
Past
come down, I
the-
know it's
Yeah,
ready.
you can do it right now.
Route 5
And then
bridge
if
there.
they, if, obviously they already paid, so let me know
junkyard
who it
is
is
over
and
there.
ask them if
Just
they
past
want
there
it
is
to
a
be a
CVS or a
credit on their
standalone.
account, like maybe they're gonna play something in the
Pfizer.
fall
We got
or
Pfizer,
whatever.
both of them. My sister got the Johnson & Johnson one in Ashtabula County, yeah.
Yeah, and then if you know who it is, have them
Where'd you get
just
yours?
sign up on paper, and then we'll put it in and override
We're at,
the, fee part.
you go to Warrensville?